So, while I was gone, they announced a few buffs. Allegedly a few buffs. I didn't see that the ball had icons in it, so I thought, you know, this is gonna be the next one, which is obviously Adepti. So Xiao's getting buffed, Shen Yun's getting buffed. Might as well include Chongyun, Yanfei in there too. Maybe Yao, and let's say Shenhe. That would be a good lineup. Maybe one more 5-star, like a standard. Fuck it, Beidou. Sure, bro. Yeah, sure. Okay. But no. Instead, we get whatever the fuck this is. Sorry, I'm actually not angry because there's some characters I like, but let's get into it. Let's get. So there's Yae Miko, whom I like. Okay, everyone that's a Zy0x watcher, you guys know I like Yae Miko. Does that make her better than Fischl? No, but I like her. So, you know, maybe this will change that. Yo, don't go to bed yet, Zaj. Yo, Zaj. Okay, thoughts? Yae Miko, instead of having to press her E 18 fucking times, okay, every time I press E 3 times on Yae, then burst, and it destroys all 3 of my pillars, I'm not kidding. I have a 60% chance to just close my game. I don't want to fucking press it 3 more times. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not pressing E 6 times. I don't give a fuck. I'm not. I don't mind pressing it 3, but let them last forever and not break when you burst. Do we agree? Why the fuck does it break? I'm down for right here, right now. Emerge. I like that. I like that. Triple E, triple T. Sahur. I'm fine with that. But why does burst destroy them? What if they made it so that you only have to use it once and then you reset without using it? That's too much text, bro. Hey, so 5 words or less in chat, bro. You got to know who you're dealing with. All right. I'm sorry, that was fucked up. That was fucked up. I'm sorry. Okay, listen. So let's go through it. Yo, should I make it? I'm gonna make a tier list. Actually, this does nothing. But let's talk about what I think each buff will be. So let's put them all. Like, who's getting buffed? Okay, so we saw Yae Miko. New buffs. Woo woo. Yae Miko, right? She needs a buff. I'm glad she's getting a buff. I think Dendro is in a weird era where Dendro was like the goated, low investment, easy, accessible floor. Pretty high floor for like 2 years, and then they said fuck you, Dendro, kept power creeping shit, and then made the only relevant, like, I guess Lauma buffs Bloom, so like you still have some Dendro teams, but like outside of just Lauma, a lot of the shit now is like, okay, I mean Kaniche is good too. It just feels like aggravate isn't real anymore, so it's either you're blooming with Lauma or you're burning with Kaniche, or you're lunar blooming. But don't fucking get me started on lunar bloom. That is not a reaction, and whoever's idea it was to add it in the game needs to find a new hobby. No disrespect. Lunar bloom, you don't even get the fucking cores. It's not a reaction. It's nothing. So Yae Miko, I would be happy to see her get a buff. All right, I'm happy. She feels very clunky to play.
Anyway,
although I like playing her DP, I used to like playing her on field, right? That's why my normal attacks aren't just level 1. I would actually on field her because it's, you know, you can actually use your E on cooldown. It felt also, bro, yo, hey, good luck if you're leveling all the Inazuma characters with these handguards, buddy. You better start playing 7 hours a day. Sorry. Like, yeah, her E's are quite annoying. Personally, I find her burst, like, I don't want to use it because I don't want to E 17 times. Yeah, even her cons are kind of like whatever compared to like new characters. I mean, I guess 6 ignores defense, but anyways. So I think I'm happy to see her get buffed. A big thing with Fischl is like elemental app, energy, and just like you press E and you're out in 1 second. So maybe I mean, I'm okay with her having more field time. I don't mind. Not every character has to be Fischl, but it has to be worth it, you know? Like, even, I'm not kidding, some teams I'd rather run Lisa because Lisa gives you Def Shred. Like, sometimes I just literally rather just alt, get Def Shred, swap out, then press E 15 times. So yeah, I think she's deserving of it. Who else is there? This Qiqi? Yo, mods, do we got the Qiqi clip? Okay, I'm gonna react to me reacting to the Jeff, reacting to the Jeff, reacting to the Jeff. Let's 1 second. Like, you'll get it when you get it. Just 1 second.
When you bring Hu Tao, you bring Bennett as a battery. When you bring Kaching, you bring Fischl as a battery. When you bring Eula, you bring Qiqi as a battery.
Okay. Look, yeah, okay, it's no secret secret by now. It's no secret. Qiqi generates no energy with her skill. Okay, she's committed a few crimes. That's the biggest one. There's no reason for her skill to not generate energy, even if they change nothing else. So she's obviously deserving. I'm not wearing the same shirt, bro. She's obviously deserving of a buff, right? Obviously. Look, I'll give you a prediction on what's gonna happen. Number one, her skill generates energy. It also generates an attack buff to your active character if it triggers a reaction. Secondly, Qiqi's C6 is gonna infuse her normal attacks with cryogonal damage. It's gonna be cryo infused. Secondly, her C2 and 4 will be enhanced. C2 will okay, listen. I don't know what the fuck they can do with this. C4 though, when you hit targets marked with a talisman, attack buff to your whole team. Hey, cinema. Hey, cinema. And then also, oh my god, this kid is, I mean she heals, and it's not like the healing that's bad, right? No energy on the skill and no utility. So I think they just give her an attack buff and better cons, and you're golden. And energy, like energy, a real buff. It doesn't have to be Bennett, but like some buff and battery. GG. Like, you want to at least be competitive with Diona, and right now Diona mogs Qiqi, and Diona's getting buffed too. Yo, what? They're buffing Qiqi and her biggest op. Who the fuck is that? CYNO? I don't know who that is. I know CYNO's getting buffed. I'm happy to talk about CYNO. Beidou. Dude, the Beidou enjoyer has logged on, ladies and gentlemen. The Beidou enjoyer has logged on. Crowned burst. Dude, it pains me so that I don't use Beidou in my 4-star clears anymore. Beidou against 2 targets. I think her ult is like 5,000 motion value. How much is it? No, it's more than, it's like 20,000. Let me pull this up. I legit can't find it. I have to pull up my own video. That's the only place I know where it is. The guy that made this quit the game, Sag. C2, wait. 12 discharges, 12,000 fucking total damage. 12,000 per, that's motion value. 12,000. 12,000, bro. That's, how many Zhongli meters is that? That's fucking like 13 Zhongli meteors. Maybe 14. I can't count. The only problem is, you have to bounce it between 2 enemies. So it's kind of bad in single target. And a lot of the game now is single target slop. And as a Xiao main whose 6 constellation doesn't work against 1 enemy, I think both Beidou and Xiao should have their abilities work against 1 enemy. Now, I like that Beidou has like a niche. Like, I like that if the Abyss is 2 enemies, Beidou's actually, you know, solid. But even then, like, I'd probably just play a Gaming team, which is unfortunate. So surely, I mean, I feel like they'd probably, because she's not like useless, they'd probably buff her like they did with Fischl, which was just like, I mean, it's not like the biggest, right? It's either attack or EM to the team and making C6 a bit better. I'd be down for that. Yeah. All right, ignore the build. I'm glad Beidou gets it. Who else is there? There's Diona and CYNO. Diona is actually good though. Diona's like actually used. Well, I guess she's not like meta, but C6 giving 200 EM is pretty nice. A shield is decent. And she gives a lot of energy if you like E plus Fav or E plus Sac. I think I used her for the crab dyer, like the blooming one, just for the EM and either instructor or I forget what set I was on. Maybe scroll. But yeah, I guess she's mainly a 4-star Sitlali. That's like the only thing you use her for. Her cryo app is ass. Wait, okay. One second. Let me get every character that's getting buffed here. I think I'm noticing a trend, bro. There's Mizuki. There's CYNO, whom I cannot find. Beidou. Wriothesley. Wait, I forgot about Wriothesley. Do you think these characters become Hex? No, I don't think so. Well, one second. Let me analyze. Wait, who else? Yae, CYNO, Wriothesley, Qiqi, Diona, Beidou. Is this everyone? Everyone here is Electro Cryo. We know we're getting a new Super Conduct set plus Mizuki. What if this is like, yo, Lunar Conduct coming out in 7.0? Here are some but then why isn't Eula here?
Build a house after all.
Because Eula is too broken and they're planning on releasing Eula SP. Eula Lawrence. The second Eula. Bro, why isn't Eula here? Anyways, I mean, maybe the witches, it is a witch themed buff. It's weird because I thought they wouldn't make it like some lore thing. They'd be like, here's a Death Eye buff. But because they kept the witch theme, and that's Barbethaloth, who's a baddie, by the way. I rewatched a trailer. I rewatched Varka's trailer for a thumbnail, and I saw like the old lady, bro. Is that her? Anyways, whatever. She looked good. But I don't know why it's like witch theme. So I assume There's probably gonna be like a witch homework. They're like, hey, you guys, fuck it, you're welcome. But would it be like an event? No. Why would they be in town? Why would the witches talk to like Mizuki? Oh, Diona's not here. I don't know. Maybe there's no lore reason. I don't think there needs to be. Like, I hope they just do it. Let's talk about the last few. I said this on his release. I'll say it again. Wriothesley C1 needs to be in his base kit. I don't give a fuck. Bro, not charge attacking on every rotation on a character who like is made for that feels like shit. I did N3Cs on Zy0x Wriothesley earlier when I was playing Nicole. I wanted to N3C myself off a bridge. I wanted to N3C myself out. Okay, sorry. No, it was actually terrible though. I don't like playing Zy0x Wriothesley. So they need to add that to his base. Make his C1 better if you want, but add the part of it that lets you N5C every rotation. Yeah, so Wriothesley definitely needs that. He also just needs to not be strictly worse than... Well, he's not strictly worse, I guess. Like, he's worse than the freeze carries in freeze. But in melt, we don't really have like a good melt. I assume that's gonna be Lohin. But like, he's like the only, like, we don't really have melt cryos. Like, the melt we have is pyro, like Gaming. So I'd be down for Wriothesley to get stronger there. Although he is getting an upscale, I'm pretty sure, with Nicole Duran. But I digress. Yume Mizuki is literally just Sucrose side grade number 50, but she also heals, but so does Aoife, and I'm pretty sure generally you'd rather just play Aoife. Bro, Mizuki cannot normal attack when she's floating around, so you can't fucking play her with Xingqiu or Yelan or like half the characters she actually wants to play with. So it's just really weird. So hopefully they let her do that, or they just give her bigger buffs to make it just a better like Aoife, or a better, I don't know, just better to use. Like, everything about her feels weird. I don't dislike her. I've never really been like, oh, Mizuki would be good here. Like, I used to say, and it's true to some extent, like, a lot of these Anemo drivers are good for newer accounts, or were at least good for newer accounts, because you can just like run Xingqiu official whatever and have a team. Mizuki can't run Xingqiu because you can't normal attack. You still do like some fucking, I don't know, Farina or Oron shit. Same with like Aoife. And Aoife's pretty good. DPS ceilings have gotten higher, and like, you don't really want that, especially because you're locked to being on her forever. And swirl is a lot better in AoE, like at least if you're double swirling, and a lot of content is just one guy. Check her C1. Oh yeah, it increases the fucking swirl, right? Triggered swirl reactor, cancel, and the swirl instance has its damage against its opponent. Okay. The swirl instance has its damage against its opponent increased by 1,100% of Mizuki's elemental mastery. I mean, hey, C2 is actually pretty nice though. Her C2 gives you pyro, hydro, cryo, electro damage bonus. I'll take it. Now just let me use my actual hydro off fielders though, please. Yeah, there's some good ways they could buff her. I don't think her kit is like abysmal. It's just there's a few anti-synergies that make no sense, and Sucrose is broken. And then CYNO, can I say something? I'm gonna yo, a CYNO main breaks his silence. Can I say something? I love CYNO. He is beautiful. He's one of my most hyped characters since I first saw him in his trailer. But I don't know. Playing CYNO just feels weird. You're waiting for an eyeball to appear. But you don't get like rewarded for it. Like when I hit the eye, it feels like I'm doing like 20K. So I'm playing a mini game that just doesn't feel rewarding. It just doesn't feel rewarding. Thundering Fury is nice on him. I can reset my cooldowns. It's kind of fun, but it's like, I don't know. And you can get like interrupted, and you're I mean, I like it. Like, I like that there's an eye that appears. I like that he's unique. He just needs to do more. Like, it just feels so shitty. And you're also, actually, this is another big thing. This is probably the biggest thing. You're locked on field with him. If you swap, the burst ends. This is like an older character thing. A lot of new characters, some do it. Like, you don't want to swap out of Varka-E, but some just don't. Like, you can free swap in Nefer or whatever. You're locked in his burst for like 10 seconds. And if you're playing him with, at the time, his best support, Nahida, you would have to swap out. Like, if there's more than one wave of enemies, you're cooked. Nahida does nothing, which is more a Nahida problem than him. But it feels like you're sometimes just trapped, and like the world is against you. I know some of this comes from the fact that he doesn't do that much damage, so it's like my meta brain. But look, bro, I want to clear shit, man. Sue me. Yeah, his passives just could be better too. Like, this could definitely be better. I mean, I guess it increases damage, but like, yeah, it's just a lot they could do for him. Yeah, probably just make him stronger. Also, I think his cons are, yeah, his cons are not ideal. C1 gives him normal attack speed, which is splendid. And and C2 gives him 40% electro damage bonus, 50% electro damage bonus, which is like, it's all right. I'm happy to see him buff though. I like him, bro. I'm top 1 CYNO in the world, bro. 99.6, 210, 130 ER. I am him on CYNO. I don't know why I find he feels pretty clunky. Maybe it's just Nahida. Like, I guess with like Lauma, he doesn't feel as bad. But like, I also, here's another thing. If I play him with like Nahida, I don't clear. And if I play him with Lauma Columbina, I feel bad when I'm on CYNO. Like, they die before I swap to him. So I maybe that's just a numbers thing. Which, I mean, if that's the case, then I'm glad he's getting buffed. Because that's the way to fix that. Like, if the kit is well designed, then just increasing the damage is good. But I also think there's some like fluidity issues at times. Maybe Superconduct CYNO will be it, bro. Maybe Superconduct CYNO will be it. Look, I'm happy they're getting buffed. Would I have chosen this lineup if it were me? Probably not. Yeah, probably not. There's some characters that I think if we're just, let's say we're just doing Cryo Electro. Why is Mizuki here? Eula should be here. Electro, that means Fischl again. Give Fischl another buff. And I mean, I guess Ganyu, even though I'm not a big fan, she deserves it. Chongyun does not. Yo, low key, bro. Just make it a fucking Adepti buff, man. Ganyu, Chongyun, Xiao. But hey, the more the merrier. Maybe we're getting both back to back.